What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back again with another video. Today we're going to be previewing Game 2 of Round 2 of the Toronto Maple Leafs playoff run against the Florida Panthers. Now, the Panthers took Game 1, but before I get any further into this video, make sure to like this video and subscribe. I know there's a ton of you guys watching this right now that aren't subscribed. I'd greatly appreciate that. Also, make sure to check out the QAG Queensway Automotive Group. If you need a new or used vehicle, go talk to any of the QAG guys. The link will be down below. Click that if you need a new or used vehicle. Make sure to leave your comments for the hashtag QAG Leafs inbox. But I don't want to waste any more time. I want to talk a little bit about Game 1 first. Now, the Leafs went down 1-0 to the Panthers in this series. They lost 4-2. And usually Leaf fans, we all get worked up and really worried. But I think that the Leafs, again, carried on what they did in the Tampa Bay series, and that was lazy hockey. They only play when they're desperate, and I don't care what anybody says. And there's people, oh, they're in round 2, be happy, blah, blah. I am happy, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to sit here and kiss their ass even when they play poor hockey. I still think the Leafs are going to win this series in 6 against the Panthers. Is a really good team, but the Leafs need to show up. Because people didn't like when I said, let me know when the Leafs show up after the first period last night. They're not playing good hockey. And they didn't play good hockey against the Lightning. They only had pockets of good time, and Game 2, of course. But they're carrying it on, which is concerning because they could be much better than this. William Nylander, personally, is my favorite player on the Leafs. I think that was his worst game as a Leaf last night. Like, honestly, I think that was his worst game as a Leaf. I think that he was out of the play. There's a play where it looked like his controller died. He just stopped skating. Samsonov, he has been really good, but he let in a couple that I think he would want back. I just didn't see enough from the big guns tonight. Matthew Nye scoring his first NHL goal was really nice. But he also scored one for the Panthers. Hopefully people don't like that little dig there. I love Matthew Nyes. That was just a little bit of a joke. But the Panthers just wanted it more in Game 1, and that was clear as day. I thought there was pockets of time in this game where the Leafs looked really good. But what people need to realize is that this Maple Leafs team should be beating this Panthers team. I don't care if the Panthers just beat the Bruins. The Leafs should beat this team. They were the better team than them in the regular season. And they're a better team than them now. So they should be winning this series. And being down 1-0 again, it's only one game. They did the same thing with Tampa. But the Leafs need to really play hard because this Panthers team has nothing to lose. They're going for a miracle run. They barely squeaked into the playoffs, but they have been playing really good hockey for quite some time now. So the Leafs need to step it up. So if we're going to look at the preview here, of course, still in Toronto for Game 2. So Panthers fans, don't worry. You don't have to be scared about Leaf fans taking over your arena in Game 3 and in Game 4 because we're still in Toronto for Game 2. Bobrovsky is the likely starter. I'm sure he's going to play. He was really, really good in Game 1. Samsonov, again, has been a little hot and cold, but I think that he's been making big saves when they need them the most. So nothing bad to say there. In terms of points, Tkachuk still leading there, as well as him and Marner in assists. Montour has been incredible for the Panthers. That guy's scoring a ton. He's got 6 goals, and Matthews has 5. And Montour's a defenseman. Like, that's crazy. And then in terms of wins, Bob and Samsonov both have 4. You can check some of these numbers here if you want, but after Game 1, I'm not going to be harping on too many of these numbers. I thought the referees were pretty decent, and not just because the Leafs got some calls, but they were making the calls on the obvious penalties, which I thought was really good. But I do need to make sure one thing is very apparent here. Hopefully I just didn't turn off my camera. I'm trying to figure out why this is doing this. There we go. The referees calling that high stick like 4 minutes after it actually happened and nobody actually made the call, like near the end of the game there, was hilarious. I think that was awful. Like, that should have... It's only a penalty if you see it right away. If you don't see it, you shouldn't review it and take up more time. I think it's stupid. The Leafs were already losing at that point, and they weren't going to score 2 in 30 seconds against that Panthers team. I'm sorry. They just weren't going to do that. So I thought that was ridiculous. But like I said, if we're talking comparisons from game 1 moving into game 2, the Leafs need to show up. They need to do what they did against Tampa in the second game, but they need to do this consistently. I'm not saying we're going to kick the crap out of the Panthers every game, but the Maple Leafs should be playing better hockey. And I said that last night on Twitter. I still think the Leafs win this series, but they have to be better than that. They can't play the way that they played. They played happy to be here hockey. That's it. They were not playing to win. They were playing happy to be here hockey. You made it to round 2. Now show it. You're not going to find me as one of these channels that kisses their ass every video. I'm not doing that. Sorry. I've played enough hockey my entire life. I've watched way too much hockey in my entire life to know that crap in game 1 is not acceptable. You need to be better. You're in round 2 now. You need to win. Are you seeing how these other series are going? Nobody's got their foot off the gas. The Leafs do. So put it back on and win the series. If you're new here, make sure to like this video and subscribe. Join the squad. I'd love to have you guys here. Leave your prediction for game 2 down below. I'm saying 6-2 Maple Leafs. They have to be insane in this game. They have to go out there and score the lights out. So let me know your prediction. I love you guys. Peace.